Oh gosh. You told her about
Hmm.
that? Every single time I see her on Instagram, I read it that way every single time.
You should get some music on that because it's like boring for people to.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll see if I can figure it out. Are you ready?
Yes. Hey, my little chill. Hey, Diana, how are you?
You guys see us and hear us good?
Hard to see you through your glasses. Cut your eyes off. We'll try not to break YouTube this week.
Hear you and see you.
Great. What have you guys been up to today? We're just waiting for some more folks to join us. Hi, Leah and Cecil.
We haven't broke anything yet.
No. We finally gotten a break in the rain here, so that's been nice.
It has.
So rainy, rainy, rainy this fall.
It seemed like it would rain sometimes for like 5 days, and then we'd have like 2 days where it wasn't raining, and it'd be like 35 degrees.
Yeah.
And then the rain would come and it would warm back up.
So Diana said she planted her garlic today, and I had planned to plant our garlic up at the cabin this year to free up space in my garden here on the property, and I don't know that I'm gonna get to it before it's too late, so I might sacrifice some garden space just to get some in. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hey, Allison and Randy, thanks for joining us.
Well, like Mike Pratt last year, he planted his like way late, like end of November.
Yeah, but we had a longer fall though too, where the colder temperatures are coming faster this year. We're just talking planting garlic, and I'm not sure that I'm going to get it done.
Let me back once.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Jump Off. What's up? So tonight we're going to give you guys a update on all the living beings on the farm and how they're doing and who's still around and who's not around anymore. Just waiting for Todd to join me back. Okay, well, so we can get into the main subject of tonight's live chat. If you follow us on Instagram, we might have posted it. I think we did, at least in our story this last weekend. Oh no, we posted it on it. That was our new video on YouTube. Was everything that we did this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we posted that on Monday morning.
Hey, Mindy. So update on the porch painting that didn't get finished this weekend. 3 days to get that done, and it didn't happen. It's basically finished now. So here's this is a really, really old porch that really should be replaced, but it's not in our budget to do that anytime soon. So we just freshened it up, covered the holes with a thick coat of paint, and made her look decent again. Yeah.
You prepped it pretty well and power washed and power washed.
Yeah. There's just
And
like,
stripped a lot of it off.
yeah, like you can see those front two columns at the bottom. I wish you guys could see where my mouse is, but the posts are like rotting away in some areas. So I told Todd, you need to hide this and put some pieces at the bottom so we can properly get it fixed.
Hi, Valerie.
Hey, Valerie, how are you?
I was just thinking about you earlier tonight.
Let it rain. No, no more rain. And there's the porch floor. That's the only thing that needs to be finished still yet, is go around like the siding areas and trim it out with a trim brush. So I'm happy with it. It turned out good. Now I just got to put my porch all back together again. Thanks. And then the other thing that we were doing this weekend was staining the deck, and we did get that done. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. It's not a color that people normally use around here. You don't really see. It was called chocolate chip, but it matches my barns really good, so I liked how it turned out. And was that it? Oh, you know what we didn't get stained? I wanted to stain the new doors that Todd built me on my garden shed last year the same color, and we didn't get that done. So, well, you had that sprayer out to go out there and spray that too. Oh, well. Yeah, we'll see how it lasts. As long as it gets me through a couple more years, I'll be happy.
Well, most of the back deck is in really good shape.
Yeah, for the most part. But I'd eventually like back here to build in like an enclosed 4-season porch that you could take like the windows off during the spring, summer, fall, and then have like glass. And it gets a lot of sun back here during the day, so I could use it as a greenhouse. Our living room's pretty small, so we have a lot of kids, and as they start getting married and having children and stuff, it would be a big family gathering space. What?
As I can find.
Oh yeah, it's on the like long range plan.
You know, we don't really have any back cover at all on the back deck, and it faces, that part of our house faces west.
Mm-hmm.
So in the summer, by like 4 o'clock, the sun comes over and it just bakes that whole deck area, because not only is the sun hitting it, but it's bouncing off the house and coming down onto the deck as well. Hi, Rosanna.
Yeah. It's like an oven, like to try to have like a barbecue back there during the summer. You're scorching sitting on that deck.
As an interim solution, we may get some of those like cloth shade screens or something and try to figure out a way to put them up.
Our neighbor has one and it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was this weekend. Just wanted to catch you guys up on the video that we published yesterday. We did get a couple projects actually nearly crossed off the list. So that was good.
Mm-hmm. We did.
Last Tuesday, too, on our live show, if you guys were on here with us, it didn't go so well because YouTube crashed on us. And I was in the middle of a Homesteaders of America conference update, and I told Todd, I feel like that's all people have been hearing about for a couple weeks. So I didn't want to exhaust the conversation. But if you guys have any questions on anything at all, don't hesitate to ask in the chat. But I didn't want to just drag out that conversation in the community more than has already been going on. So I did have fun though.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish Todd was there with me.
Next year will be better. My work schedule this year was crazy.
Yeah. So you ready to get into it? It's 10 minutes in.
Yeah, let's talk about the one thing that we skipped over a couple times and make sure we get that out of the way and cover it
Oh, yeah,
at the
right,
top.
right, right.
Just in case some of you haven't found us yet or read the description of this video and some of our other videos, like from last week, we do actually have a Facebook page now. It's not a Facebook group, just a page. Don't really post that much unique content at this point. It's mostly stuff that we post on Instagram or on YouTube gets cross-posted over here as well, but something to check out if you're looking for more ways to get a hold of us.
Yeah, eventually when we have more time, we'll maybe make, I don't know that we'll ever turn it into a group. There's so many groups out there, but start putting different content on Facebook, like go Facebook Live sporadically, things like that. So Jump Off A said, it was fun seeing you guys as a guest on other homesteaders. What stood out for you folks? I think a lot of people have said it, but I was so impressed with the vendors and the speakers. It was so hard because there was so much content jam-packed into the 2 days that there were a few like 1-hour blocks where I wanted to be 2 places at once and I couldn't be. So if like Todd had gone with me, we could have split up and gotten the most out of it. But I was really impressed by the content that Weston A. Price brought, the Weston A. Price Foundation. And I can't recommend you guys enough to go check out that foundation and what it is they're trying to communicate to us, and get away from the politically correct direction for your healing needs for your body and how you can basically use the farm as your pharmacy. So that was really impressive to me. Oh, good. I'm glad you're going next year, Brittany. Okay, so we're going to get into the main show.
And our topic tonight is, we already talked about, right?
Yep.
Our animals.
Mostly animals, but there are a few things that I want to share with you too. So we did get the garden put to bed. So basically the green stuff that you see are on the far 2 beds are my strawberry beds. And then I do have one basically salad bed still going with spinach, kale, and lettuces that I'll keep harvesting from till it's time to, till they actually freeze off and die. And then I'll amend that bed and cover it. But I don't know if everyone's aware that we really expanded our garden this year in preps for next spring. We spent a lot of time this summer just expanding it. I fooled around with the Ruth Stout method this year, planting my potatoes. And it worked so well that I'm expanding how much Ruth Stout I'm actually going to be doing in the garden.
Like doubling at least, right?
Probably tripling the size of Ruth Stout. So I'm turning like my garlic bed that I already had into a Ruth Stout garden bed. Where I grew my corn, I'm turning that into a Ruth Stout garden bed. And then
there's a whole new one on that side.
On that side too.
Like,
so it's hard to
we
point.
Can't do this.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how to point on the screen, but
anyway, so that's going to be fun. And then we brought in a ton more wood chips I'm not going to do anything immediate with them. I just want them to continue to break down over the years and add to the soil health, because another thing that we struggle with every spring is flooding in this garden space, because I didn't do the one golden rule that every permaculture person tells you to do, which is watch your land for a year before you put in infrastructure or garden spaces, because I was so excited. And where I basically put in my beds, the first 2 beds closest to the bottom of the screen, basically get all flooded out. And I know I'm losing some soil condition from that, so I'm hoping that the wood chips help contain that. Our beds are 4 foot by 8 foot.
And then the total footage of the fenced-in area is 40 by 40, I think, right?
Somewhere around that, yeah.
Yeah, around 40 by 40. So there's extra. So there's the raised beds. There's eight raised beds, and then there's
4 in-ground beds.
4 in-ground beds around those.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I promote on my anything that I'm doing, whether it's Instagram or YouTube, that I'm sharing content about gardening, is, well, we have 7 acres, to put away enough food that of our staples that we need. So that's like green beans, carrots, peas, my greens, tomatoes, cucumbers. That's more than enough space. And I practice high intensity gardening, which I learned a lot about from watching My Gardener's channel. So you basically, what I'm trying to encourage folks is you don't have to have acres and acres of space, because I have it and I don't need it to produce. I don't know that I would enjoy gardening as much if I had to manage such a large space of a garden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we get the majority of the food that we do harvest comes from this 40 by 40 area.
Oh, that is the only food that, other than our pumpkins that we grow in the orchard.
We have our pumpkins, and we have our berry bushes, and we have our fruit trees and blueberries, and that stuff's all spread around, and I almost consider it landscaping to a degree, to where it's like, okay, yeah, a tree takes up this much space on the ground, but the rest of it's all above and overhead. So don't think you need tons and tons of land to grow a lot of food. So not how many beds did you do with carrots this year, but how many jars are in the pantry in the basement of carrots?
Like 32 quarts, something like that.
32 quarts of carrots. And how many quarts of green beans?
50 something.
Yeah, don't think you need a lot of land to grow a lot of food if you can.
And the 50 something quarts of green beans, I kid you not, grew from, so if you picture my bed is 4 foot by 8 foot, and you took a 1 foot section down that 8 foot row on 2 of those beds, and I trellised them about 8 foot high, that's where I got all those green beans from. So what is that, 16 square feet? I don't know. Yeah. How do you figure that? Okay.
Hi, Creating Essence. Welcome.
Hi. So that's it. And then another thing that's kind of basically been done, but we never did a video on it or anything, was we did raise our meat chickens over the summer. And we canned for the first time our meat chickens. And sorry if this grosses anyone out, but I'll get off of it real quick so I don't gross you out. But I could not believe how much I love canned chicken. Like, I immediately said, because he did it all. I don't remember. I was out of town maybe for something, and him and the kids did it. Where was I?
Dance, maybe?
No, because Abigail was here helping you. Not sure where I was. Oh, maybe the girls' weekend at the cabin or something.
It was your camping weekend?
Yeah. So we didn't raise a lot of meat birds this year, 12 or 13, and I immediately wanted to go get more. I know it's not going to be enough. So that's something I know. With respect to the canned chicken, if I'm like rationing it because I love it so much, so I don't use, because otherwise I would use it all within a couple months. And but what we're going to plan on doing is our turkeys. We're going to can some of that turkey meat.
And I think we raised about 12 meat chickens this year. And as I was deboning, there was probably 5 pairs of breasts that turned out really nice that we put in vacuum bags, and we tossed them straight in the freezer. Everything else, all the rest of the breasts, leg meat, everything got canned, and it turned out fabulous.
Yeah, and like the chicken breasts, they're already gone. So I want to do more for sure next year. I think we need to go bigger with our meat chicken operation. Just find friends to come help. Yeah. It's hard on us. I don't know.
Chicka Wolf.
Hey, how are ya?
Anybody get shocked today? No.
And I hope you guys got a laugh and a giggle out of that. I know. He should turn off the breaker. And I even told him that. Like, don't you need to turn off the breaker? He's like, no, let the light switch off.
Just turn the light switch off. But apparently, it's probably a lesson I've learned many, many, many times in life. Don't trust the previous owners of your house, especially when your home is about 150 years old. Because apparently that outlet for that light in our kitchen was at some point in time wired as a 3-way switch. So the single light switch on the wall that you think would turn it off doesn't turn it off all the way.
Yeah.
And I do own one of those nice little pen testers, a Milwaukee one, which right after that portion of the video, I went and got it and put it up there. And of course, beep, 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 beep. Like as in, don't touch this. It's hot still.
I don't know if you guys heard him, but he was like, why did it bite me?
Oh, why is it zapping me?
Yeah, something like that.
Or frying me, I think it said.
And sticking on the chickens. If you guys don't know, we're trying a method of preserving our eggs this year. And some people call it, water glassing. Other people just say it's just lime water, and that's not true water glassing. But it's basically a mixture of lime water that you preserve your eggs in. And this is a 5-gallon crock that I went ahead and invested in as an heirloom piece, and it's nearly full. Our laying hens have drastically reduced what they're giving me. I usually get about 2 eggs a day right now, so it's going to be nice come deep of winter, and I've got this amount of eggs preserved for holiday cooking and stuff like that, so I'm thankful for that.
It's about 3/4 of the way full, you said?
Oh, easily, yeah. Yeah, I think I can't even add any more unless I mix up some more lime water and put in there. Hey, Food Forest, how are you? So somebody said I haven't caught a live stream in a couple months. We haven't had a live stream in a couple months. So we haven't had a live stream since May. Last week was our first week back. And that was purposeful. We took the growing season off because we were going to be just too busy to, do this all the time. Yes, we're using lime. Pickling lime is what it is. I haven't tried any of the eggs yet, only because I haven't needed to. I'm really going to truly try this preservation thing. And
yeah, there's an entire video on our channel about the process and how to mix up the lime to water ratio. And so, yeah.
And just to let you know, I did learn something. In the video, I said how I noticed that the lime settled on the bottom, and that is normal. It's supposed to do that. It doesn't stay like in a dissolved state. Okay, have a safe drive home, Brittany.
Bye, little chill. Just noticed we were live?
That's okay, Amy.
It's fine. Welcome.
I need to catch your cabbage soup video. I saw it's got posted. So, I don't make anything with cabbage, but I want to watch it to support you. Yeah, it's, who else? there's another lady out there that just has the most amazing homestead, like, if I just grouped it in a category, I'd say homestead kitchen. And how she preserves a lot of food out there. And I can't think of the name of her channel right now. She did it too, and she's probably a far better teacher than I am. But if I think of it, I'll find a link and throw it in the description of this video.
Hey guys, welcome back to that 1870
stuff. He's trying to capture the link.
I'm trying to get you guys that link to the...
You didn't even copy it all, I don't think. And then I'm going to share with you, I said we're going to butcher the turkeys. We still have turkeys from last year. So my intent is to, I think it is homesteading family, Cindy. I think you're right. It's definitely not Homestead Tessie. I think it is homesteading family. And she's just got a beautiful disposition and a wonderful teacher. And her kitchen is like one of those kitchen envy, like cute farmhouse. Really, really smart. It's definitely not Doug and Stacy. They don't do a lot of canning. They do a lot of fermentation, but not a lot of canning. I haven't tried the eggs yet, and the raised beds are doing great, Food Forest. If you haven't caught my carrot harvest video, that is 100% proof on how great my raised beds did. And we never did a video on the green bean harvest, but you can see it on our Instagram page about how much green beans we got out of there. I had the best gardening season ever this year. The only thing that still evades me to this day is I cannot grow beets. So I just want somebody to come and plant them for me next year, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I would think that they would be pretty darn simple to grow, and I might get a leaf, and it's a tiny leaf. It's just frustrating.
And I like pickled beets too.
I know.
Looking forward to it.
I want to make them so much. And I like roasted beets are my favorite, like in a mix with like some roasted sweet potatoes and like turnips and parsnips, and just with some olive oil in the oven. Oh, so good. Okay, sounds good. Everybody go sub to Ziegenbein Homestead so Allison can retire.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
And so, what you were talking about turkeys? You were changing...
Yeah, I was gonna share with them our turkey picture, because we are already 30 minutes in. Look at those boys! Aren't they handsome? You guys, they are so big. We are so late on getting these guys to harvest. Really? She just threw beet seeds down in her wood chips. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
So yeah, look at that one, the one on that side. It's like his breasts are so big they're like hanging down. Oh
my gosh, I'm telling you, like I know that I need to butcher them, like, because I move their chicken tractor. They're in the chicken tractor every morning, and when I go out there to pull them, they're like still groggy, not quite awake yet, and they're stubborn too. So I'm like, turn around, you got to walk with me. And the one would not turn around. So I went in there this morning and put my arms around him and kind of just tried to move him around gently, and he got that wing loose and went whack right across my mouth. Oh my gosh, I thought for sure my lip was busted open. But, oh, yes, hopefully soon we're going to be able to get these guys processed and canned up and just enjoy we enjoyed raising them. They're a little bit more quieter than our white turkeys were. And they're not as personable, I guess.
They almost have like zero personality.
Yeah.
And when they do have a personality, it's like 20% ornery.
Yeah.
And that's
you know what they do? They hiss. My turkeys last year didn't hiss. So when I go out there in the morning to feed them, they're like, and I'm like, hey, come on now.
But like, if you compare those to what we raised last year with the white ones.
Yeah, the white ones it was heartbreaking for me to butcher my white turkeys.
A great personality.
Yeah.
You'd walk out in the backyard when and cruise by the tractor, wherever it happened to be in the yard, and they'd be
oh yeah, so friendly.
Always talking to you. These ones, they don't want nothing to do with us.
Yeah, no.
It was up to them. We just let them go out in the yard and let them go be free. But
yeah,
it's a lot of food.
It is a lot of food. Okay. The other thing living on our property that you guys might have not seen an update on lately is our bees. So we did successfully make it to the end of the year with bees, and not just one colony, but two.
Mm-hmm. We split our original colony that we started with from a nuke back in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
All of our honey supers, if you caught, I think we actually have like a whole
video series,
beekeeping 2018 playlist now with all of our beekeeping videos from this year, all in a single playlist. Our honey supers have been pulled, and I've been feeding for the last 2 weeks sugar water to both hives, and it's crazy. You know how big a 2 liter pop bottle is. I'll make 2 of those and take it and pour it into the feeder on a single hive. 2 days later, you go back, it's all gone. It's like
they're using it right now for sure.
Yeah, they must be storing it because I don't think they can eat it that fast.
Yeah, right.
It's like 4 liters of sugar water in 2 days that they're going through.
Mm-hmm. We did get our honey.
We did get honey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a clue how much we ended up getting. 10 pints and 7 half pints or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Good night, Christina.
Bye. Thanks for joining. But as things cool off and we start to get into November, we'll stop with the sugar water. We'll get some quilt boxes on the top to keep the moisture and condensation down over the winter, and put some sugar boards in probably for them. Yeah. And then after that, we're not going to mess with them.
Yeah.
It'll be too cold.
So I'm just so hoping they make it to spring for us. All right. This is the big one, guys. What you've all been waiting for. Dun, dun, dun. My pigs. Oh.
Go pig or go home?
Yes. I have absolutely adored raising these guys. This one is Barbie. No, this one's Q, sorry, because she's only got the one model. And she is the sweetest. She comes up to me. She loves me. Barbie, not so much. She could care less if I even touch her. But this one is my baby that I gotta eat someday. And I love them. Hi, Isabel. Oh, nice. Portugal. Do the bees hibernate in winter?
No, they don't really hibernate. What they'll do is they'll cluster inside the hive into a little ball about the size of a football. And they squeeze themselves in, get super compact, and they shiver basically, and that's what helps to keep them warm over the winter. And what they'll do is that football-shaped cluster of bees will move up through the hive and eat all the honey stores throughout the year until they get to the top. And if they run out of food, then bad things can happen. Usually that's why you keep your sugar boards up at the top of the hive.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to just get a picture from the side so you could see that they're growing big. It's hard to believe that we just brought them home like June 2nd, and Todd carried them by one leg and put them in there, and they're so big now.
I grabbed them by one of their back legs out of the back of the pickup truck and carried them across the yard and put them in their little pen.
Mm-hmm. And they ran right through the hog panels because they were so tiny.
I don't think I could pick one up now if I wanted to. With all four legs.
Yeah, I don't think that we should probably do a video sometime on just, we're completely clueless pig owners, pig raisers, other than what we've learned and watched from everyone. Hey, Eric, how are ya? Long time no talk. And I'm not doing what would you call it? The constant feed, where you just have the big, huge feed bin and they're able to eat as much as they want all day long. They've got a huge paddock with a lot of grass that they're enjoying. And I feed them 6 of those big scoops a day now that they're this size. And they seem to be growing just fine. I can't imagine how big they would be if I had them on like constant pig food all day long. But I think they're going to be just the right size for us. Here's one more of my piggies.
I need to do the tape measure thing and figure out how much they weigh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just couldn't wait to share a pig update with you guys. Oh, and the finale is the cutest pig butt in the world. Look at those hams. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And they have the cutest little curly tails. Okay, so they don't go to butcher until December 3rd. So we're still quite a ways out. We called the butcher almost the day that we brought them home. And having never gone through the experience before, we didn't realize how early you actually need to book a butcher. And their options to us was July, which we didn't even bring them home till June, was July or December. They were already booked. And it's a pretty small operation, I think, comparatively speaking. And they have repeat customers that just book the same week every single year for their 4-H animals or their hunting.
And it is 15, 20 minutes of back roads from our house to get there. We could by all means have expanded our search for a different butcher, like Jerome Country Market over farther west of us by where Michael Pratt lives. They may have had openings earlier, but
that's a long drive.
It's almost an hour drive from where we live, and to get the pigs trailered up and drive them an hour all the way west of here is not really something I want to do. I want to keep it as a low stress situation on the pigs as possible. So the shorter the drive, the better.
Okay, hold on, Troy. I'm going to lean over and take my hat off so you can't see my forehead and messy bangs, and I'll tell you what kind of hat it is. Top of the world.
Oh, Wendy likes your hat. What's the logo? It's actually my hat.
It just says top of the world. I think we got it from Cabela's.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I like the pine tree on it.
Yeah.
I like trees.
Pretty sure we got it from Cabela's.
Did we miss something here?
Did we? I don't think so.
Hidden Meadow Farm. Hi, welcome.
Oh, hi. How are you? Yes, I think so, because they're really, really long. Long where that bacon grows, so I'm hoping for some good bacon. So we did the pigs. Okay, you guys want a goat update? Oh.
It's got like a little tree on it.
Okay, so let's do a goat update. I know we posted this last weekend. This was one of the projects that we got done when it wouldn't stop raining. And that was, we had basically a 10 by 10 dog kennel out there for the goats that all summer long, all we had was a tarp over it for rain protection. And earlier this fall, Todd built a solid structure roof, and then we needed to figure out a way to block it off. So what we came up with was a hay barn. And they are loving it. It was really funny us trying to build this thing. It was like I don't know, building a house made out of dominoes because they kept like falling down as we stacked them up. But I think it's going to provide them some really super insulation. Plus the benefits are because now I'm having all that Ruth Stout gardening method going on. I've got all this come spring, whatever they don't eat, that I can put in my garden. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. And we got this super cheap.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 year old hay, and we ended up getting 38 bales of it. And it worked well.
Yeah.
It was still all dry. It wasn't really moldy at all. So, I mean, it's good hay. The goats are eating it.
Yeah.
Every time we go out there, we're like, quit eating your house. You're going to freeze this winter.
Yeah. I said either that or there are going to be some obese goats come spring because they're just eating and eating. But I love how the little roof turned out. You can kind of see how the sun's coming through, and Todd used that corrugated material, and every other piece was the clear, and it really warms that up in there. And I went in there, I said, oh, I'd be cozy in here if I was a goat.
Yep, it's just some 2x4 panels that sit. It's a 10 by 10, so there's 2x4 panels that sit on there with that corrugated roofing material. But it is split into two sections. Each section's 5 foot by 10 because 10 by 10 it would have been way too heavy.
And we do move this structure around the paddock throughout the season. For winter, it's going to stay in this location. But that's just another view of it, all from the back end, all sealed up and nice and cozy.
This is the back that normally faces 90% of our wind during the course of the year. So in the winter, when the winds come across the field in the back, it'll hit this straw. And
Creating Essence says, real question. I know you can make beef bacon. Can you make goat bacon? I'm goat clueless. I've never even heard of beef bacon. I only know of pig bacon and the fake yucky stuff turkey bacon. I would imagine somebody out there has made goat bacon before that wouldn't taste anything like bacon, but I don't know. Okay. So Eric said he saw a TV show where they did something like that in a kosher restaurant. Pastrami. Beef bacon is legit. Really, I've never heard of it.
So doesn't typically the brisket comes from that same area but up higher, right?
On account?
Which is why probably someone's associating that with pastrami, because pastrami is what makes brisket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or pastrami is made from brisket.
Okay, and then finally, here's the goats. They're a lot bigger than probably the last time you guys would have seen them on the goat cam when they were still in the barn. They're happy, and they're getting chubby.
Eating the walls.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. So I'm looking forward to, right now I'm only thinking about breeding, and probably Wendy, I'll probably reach out to you for some advice, because I'm really thinking I'm probably only going to breed the brown one, which is Bathsheba, because I think her genetics probably are just a little bit better, and just keep Philia for the black one for a companion goat. Philia is a lot smaller, and she's not as friendly with us being hands-on with her. So I just think she's going to be a struggle for me for milking purposes and things like that. And I don't know that I necessarily want to breed a goat if they're not going to produce good quality genetics either. So I don't know. I'll probably be looking for some advice. That is everything that we got going on the farm to date with respect to living creatures on the farm. Yay!
And the garden's put to bed.
And the garden's put to bed.
90%.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a little more mulching to do.
Cardboard to put down, just like on the back row by the fence and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But
True.
those are called black moon spots.
They're just moon spots, is the little speckling.
I don't know a lot about those.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave all that stuff up to you. So we did post a new video this week on Monday, which was a little bit different style video than we've ever really posted before. If any of you guys caught that, let us know what you think of it. If you want us to try to do that.
We're looking for feedback.
We're looking for feedback on. It's something that's not too hard for us to do every weekend, to pull out the camera and film
little things here and there.
10 different times during the day, and then kind of recap the weekend when we get done Sunday night. Sit down, talk about what we did, throw some footage along with it, and just kind of share more with you guys what our day-to-day looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to do during the week because we both work full-time jobs, so
right.
We don't get home till 4 or 5 o'clock anyways, and
right.
by the time we get home, it's all we got to do to get our chores done for the day. But on the weekends it seemed to work good, so let us know what you guys thought of that style video.
Eric asked if we got any fruit trees going this winter spring. So we did plant 2 pecans this summer, early or late spring in the orchard, and lots of currants. And then I think a couple cranberries in the orchard. And then for the most part though, we planted a ton of trees, but they were in the pasture to just be long-term investment in trees that will add shade structures should we choose to eventually have pasture management going on, that we're going to have large trees out there in the pasture that could offer some shade sources. Mm-hmm. And as well as some pollinator trees, bushes in the pasture for our bees. So I don't know. I don't think we'll plant anymore in this coming spring, just because we have, if you don't know, we have a wedding going on here next May. So I can't really tear up and be working in that orchard space in the spring. But maybe next fall we'll put in, we want to put in another row of blueberries. We just have the one row of blueberries going on.
Yeah, at least one more row. Because that one row is 14 bushes, and I'd like to put in we'll do one more, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because we got a really good harvest off of our blueberries this year. Like a really good harvest. But nothing made it back into the house because we love blueberries so much. Every time we would harvest them, we were eating them.
I don't think a single blueberry made it back to the house.
No. Pretty sure no. And we were probably pulling off like a cereal bowl at a time and just eating them. Okay, that's a good idea. So Wendy was suggesting getting the goats used to feeding them on the stands when they're kids, before
Before they kid.
Before they kid, yeah. Well, the pecans, yes. So this is a northern hardy pecan variety that I got from Stark Brothers. It's supposed to produce fruit. I'm sure like 20 years from now, but we'll see how it goes. What's coming up? So we got a couple videos coming up this week, so stay tuned. My first time ever fermenting a food product. Not sure that I did it right, so I'm definitely looking for feedback because I was like, really? Is this what it's supposed to be like? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you got most of that editing done today. I'll finish it up tomorrow when I get home from work, and we'll post it probably Thursday morning.
And then you did one. What was yours on? Something.
Garlic.
Oh, the garlic, yes. So our garlic harvest was amazing this year. Being first time garlic growers, it was really exciting. We've done a lot of different things with the garlic. We braided just a bunch to store. We gave a lot away. We did the honey garlic ferment, and now we're doing another thing with the garlic. So we'll share that with you.
Yeah, maybe Sunday or Monday for that one, probably.
Yeah. But then we'll try to do the weekend. I call it reverse vlogging because that's what it feels like.
Kind of like weekend in review or something along those lines. We don't really have a formal name for it at this point.
I don't think we need one.
Make it up as we go.
Yeah.
You're getting dogged.
Mika's getting in my covers. Where are you going now? He's always leaving me. So yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out if I'm gonna. Sorry, I got this glare on my glasses. I'm gonna try to figure. There, no glare. Have you ever thought of planting trees for animal food? What do you suggest, Jamie? I'm not sure. I mean, my goats ate every single tree that was in their paddock. So I need to just take those out and replant with something and protect them like Fort Knox. Because I had about 5 beautiful autumn olive trees in there and they're decimated. Trees for animal food. I'm trying to picture this. So, I mean, we have apple trees. So I'm thinking like my bad apples would go to the pigs.
How many walnuts did you feed to the pigs this year?
Oh, yeah. We have tons of black walnuts, and we feed all the walnuts to the pigs. Like locusts or mulberries. Oh, my gosh. Don't even talk to me about mulberry trees.
Yeah, it's Jamie.
Yeah, we have like 7 huge mulberry trees here. And the chickens get the mulberries. The mulberry is a great option as a fodder tree crop. Interesting.
Yeah, that's why the goats like those leaves so much.
Yeah, the goats love snacking on mulberry. So because we have so much, we always break off twigs for them and give them to them. And yes, what else did he say? Mulberry,
Locust.
locust. I thought about growing locusts as nitrogen fixers in the orchard, but never necessarily as a food source for the animals. But it's something for me to research. I'm not super familiar with it, to be honest with you. Oh, really? So they, even though that they stripped the bark off of these trees, like stripped them. Maybe we just need to put some, what do you call them? Pallets around them and then fence off the top of the pallets, or like cut them way back. Something. They're great trees. I love them. You know what I got for the first time too? And I still have them. I need to go pick them. But I don't really like them. So I'm not quite sure if you guys have ideas on how to enjoy them more. But I planted goji berries the first spring that we moved in, and I'm getting goji berries now. But yeah, they're kind of like funny tasting. So if there's like a certain way you're supposed to enjoy goji berries, let me know. I have not gotten any hardy kiwi yet off of my kiwi vine, so if there's something I'm supposed to be doing to get kiwis, let me know.
Those ones that grow up on those twisty things?
Yeah.
Did you see the frost toasted them?
No.
Yeah, the frost came through, all the leaves are crunchy now.
Oh, yeah. Jamie said that the autumn olives will come back. Good to know.
The goats will eat them again next year.
Yeah. Well, I want to protect them because I do want to get a good tree in there. I am familiar with Pillardine trees. I am familiar with that. We have an oak up at the cabin that we keep cutting back that keeps coming back more and more and more. I'm like, no, I want you gone.
Oh, right by the little steps that go down? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm just looking back. Wendy said you need a moat to protect the trees from your goats. Yes. I think we found that their favorites as they would forage around the property was the wild grapevine. They like the wild roses.
Mulberries.
And they like the mulberries the best. And the raspberries, because I had to pull them back off my raspberries because they wanted to eat those.
There's a lot of times when we leave the house and we head back to where the goats are to visit them, whatever tree we happen to walk by that day, we usually grab a couple branches and pluck them off and feed them to the goats.
So Isabel said goji berries are very good for your health. I know, that's why I planted it, to grow it, because it's this like super fruit, and I'd never had it before, but Tractor Trailer Supply had some goji berry plants, so I picked one up and I planted it, and now I get like maybe 5 a week or so. But do you just pop it in your mouth and you just eat the one, or is there something like, are you supposed to have more than one? Because it just kind of tasted kind of funny. It could be that I'm not familiar with it. So Rosanna said they are funny tasting. Hide them in smoothies. Okay, so it's not just me. They're not like these like super, like a grape or something like a blueberry. Awesome, guys. Well, that was a fast chat. Super fast.
It was. Oh, it's almost 10 already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You carried me the whole way.
There was a lot to share, so we'll probably do a couple more like full-on updates from the summer and things that we got accomplished. There's a lot more that we have been working on around the property that we haven't shared with our little small community here.
Yeah, we were talking tonight about like, okay, well, what are we going to cover tonight? And that's when Rachel said, well, we can update people on what we've done for the last 3 or 4 months. And I was thinking about going back through my phone and looking at all the pictures. And I'm like, okay, no, we need to narrow this scope down Let's just focus this week on animals.
Yeah.
And then next week, maybe we'll focus on something else. I wouldn't mind doing we did our summer homestead tour video. I wouldn't mind doing a fall one, maybe just to update people on things.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, good night, Isabella. I'm so glad you joined us. Say hello to Portugal from us.
We have relatives from there.
We do?
Is that Andre from there?
Brazil.
Oh, he speaks Portuguese.
Yes, he speaks Portuguese.
That's the connection I made, and it was incorrect.
Yeah. So Valerie said she bought elderberries to make elderberry syrup. That stuff is nasty. Yes. So we have quite a few elderberry trees too, and I keep wanting to enjoy them when I put them in my mouth, and I'm just like, yeah, that's just not good.
And I think, what do you say? Sometimes you're like, maybe they're just not ripe yet. We'll try them next week. And we go back and, yeah, they look exactly the same as they did, and they still taste crappy.
You're right. And I did get elderberry syrup, and it isn't wonderful to taste. But I will tell you, every single time I felt like I was coming down with something, and I would take elderberry syrup 3 times a day, and it would kick it in the butt. So it is, like, I agree with people, like, some of these things are just superpower foods that might not be the most wonderful tasting thing, like our honey garlic. It's honey that tastes like garlic, and it's not something that's super enjoyable, but it's amazing for you. So we're gonna use our food sources to make us healthy. But it's time to sign off. Good night, my friends. I love you guys. And we'll see you again this time next week.
Yeah, Valerie, if you ever get down to our neck of the woods, down to Monroe, on Saturday mornings at the Monroe Farmers Market, there's a lady who sells elderberry syrup, all pre-made. You don't have to do anything. And didn't she gets it locally, right? Didn't she say she sourced it all locally, or no?
I don't remember.
That's where you got yours from, right?
Right, it is.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else for tonight.
Good night, Teresa. I didn't even see you join in here. Good night, guys.
Yep, I think that's all I got too.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining. Thanks for chatting with us. Thanks for interacting. Thanks for talking with each other. And there was about 2 or 3 or 4 reminders to hit that thumbs up from different people tonight. Thank you for that. If you guys didn't click it, please click it before you leave, and click that little X and close your window before the end of the night.
See you guys next week.
That's all I got. See you next, probably Thursday, next video.
Yep. And next Thursday. Why next Tuesday?
No, we have our next video
will
be
on
out
Thursday
morning, and we'll see you Tuesday night.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye.